I forgot to do the Tank Davis Leo Santa Cruz review. Congratulations to Tank. Um, Good fight. Um, Good job, Leo Santa Cruz. I don't get why people didn't like this fight. I've always liked the idea of this fight. I thought it was a good career building fight for Javante Tank Davis. Now, I give props to Leo Santa Cruz. I think besides the just getting knocked out, I think he did a good job. But most importantly, what I want to talk about is um is the fact that what you discovered in this fight. Um, Leo had good spots, and of course, Javante Tank Davis got good spots. But what I take away from the performance, number one, that knockout took Javante Davis to the next level casually. What I'm saying, it really did. He had a lot of eyes on him that night. He had a lot of celebrity eyes on him too. So they executed what they set out to do. Javante Davis stock did rise with that knockout. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you what I took away from it. In that fight, you should have been able to see why somebody like Javante Tank Davis could beat somebody like Vasily Lomachenko, and you should also be able to see why they kept him away from somebody like Vasily Lomachenko. Tank has great power, that's no doubt. But as you see, Leo was lighting him up in spots where he's just not active. This is why they kept Javante Davis away from a pure boxer. The only thing that made Leo Santa Cruz susceptible to be an opponent is the fact that he stands right in front of you and he has no lateral movement. If Leo Santa Cruz would have had a little bit of movement and a little bit more stank or power on his punches, you would have seen a different outcome. But it's the fact that Leo is, got quicksand for feet is the reason why he was one of the best candidates for Javante Tank Davis, even though his team is uncomfortable with the volume that Leo Santa Cruz shows. Okay, so you seen Javante Tank Davis' weakness in there, just like you seen his strength in there. So now you could see why you got to keep Javante Davis away from pure boxers that can move. So somebody like Teofimo Lopez, he doesn't need to go nowhere near this kid. Now, with that being said, I've always said that Tank Davis got skill. It's time for Tank Davis to go to a new level. I want to speak on wrinkles. One thing that I always compliment Canelo Alvarez on is his constant wrinkles. I constantly see him either trying to improve or trying to better his game. Canelo's never he never stays in one spot as far as his skill. He's always trying to raise his level. That's something that I'm starting not to see in boxing anymore. These guys stop growing. That's the same thing I said with Earl Spence. He stopped getting wrinkles. It's the same thing with Javante Davis. He stopped getting wrinkles. If Floyd really wants to take him to another level, I don't know how he's going to work it out with his coach. Floyd needs to teach Javante Davis how to box. If you teach Javante Davis how to box, he would be almost virtually unstoppable, because that's his only drawback. He don't got a bad tank. His punch led to hit. His ring IQ is pretty good for what he knows, and he got power. So one of the best things that they could do is teach him how to be a boxer. Teach him how to exchange those punches rightly and not always depend on his power, because the power will always save him. But as you see, when he can't execute that power, you see what Leo Santa Cruz is doing to him. He was lighting his ass up, and it looked a little shaky. So in this fight, you seen what he does well, and you also see what he needs to work on. Nonetheless, the fight set out to do what it was supposed to do for Javante Tank Davis. It rose his stock. I don't get why. Well, I do get why people don't want to give him. It's just because of who he's attached to. But it's time to separate Tank from that. Like I said, Tank is somebody talented. I don't know how far he will go, because I don't think Tank got the mental. He don't got the discipline to be as big of a star as he could be. Just from his eating habits and having weight problems, just being so young, and just shit like that. I think is one of Floyd's best attributes is his discipline. You know, he knows that. He knows these fighters will never be like him because of discipline alone. A lot of that stuff was just discipline with Floyd. But nonetheless, it was a good performance from Gervonta Tank Davis. I hope his team seeing what he needs to work on. Props to Leo Santa Cruz. To me, he did a good job. And I kind of wanted Leo Santa Cruz to win simply because he was so much the underdog. But I'm glad Gervonta Tank Davis got his victory and his outcome. I look forward to see what they do next to him. But I also see why they're moving him so slow. They need to, if they're not going to pick up the pace with moving him, they need to, I think maybe Floyd needs to be a little bit more hands-on with the training so you won't have to worry about who he's matched up against. Get Gervonta Davis some lateral movement and just show him how to box a little bit. And shit, he'll be unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? That's really all you got to do with Tank. I don't know why they haven't done it yet. Cunningham is good for what he's done, but Floyd needs to step in and, you know what I'm saying, show him the game. You know what I'm saying? Once you teach Gervonta Davis that part, he will be truly lethal, you know? But that's just my thoughts on it. Bruce Vane, I'm out.